Hello and welcome to another ranking here on the Trove. When I was brainstorming about which top 10 to make next, the idea of castles stuck in my mind. Castles are definitely one of the most heavily associated symbols with Disney movies and parks. Their logo often includes the ever iconic castle as well, so it felt like an appropriate topic. Not every Disney movie has a castle in it, but there's certainly no shortage to choose from. I kept my choices restricted to the movies of Walt Disney Animation Studios, so that includes the current 61 films in the canon. No Pixar, no sequels, no live action, and so on. Be sure to drop a note with your own ranking in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. Heavily inspired by Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy, France, Corona Castle is a very quaint and unique place. It's nestled in the island kingdom's center and provides a spectacular backdrop for sequences such as Kingdom Dance and the enchanting number I See the Light. This is the only castle on the list that can boast about being underwater. There's definitely no place like it. I love the spiral shapes of the structure and the teal and gold color scheme. It almost reminds me of the oxidized look of the Statue of Liberty. Ariel may not have wanted to live here, but I think it's a pretty sweet place. At first I didn't have this on my list because it's called Mountain, not Castle, but there's definitely a castle there. One that admittedly has seen better days, but the remote, dark, rundown nature of the place makes it the perfect lair for the brilliant villain that is Maleficent. Keeping on the Sleeping Beauty theme, but on the opposite side of the aesthetic spectrum, King Stephen's castle is magnificent and picturesque. I feel partial to this one because the castle in Disneyland is Sleeping Beauty Castle, and while it doesn't look exactly like the one in the movie, it's still similar enough. And the art style in Sleeping Beauty only elevates the look of this beautiful medieval structure. For a long time, I've thought that Eric's castle is one of the most stunning Disney has to offer. I love the pristine white walls with the contrasting red roof and gold accents, and how it's right there on the coast. We get to spend a bit of time inside as well, and I particularly like the main dining hall with its floor-to-ceiling windows and impeccable views. I guess I'd say Ariel did upgrade after all because I did rank this higher than Atlantica. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the castle we get to spend the most time with of any animated Disney movie. The majority of the film does take place here, and I absolutely love that. Because of the curse, Beast Castle has a very ominous rundown thing going on. It's dark and eerie, and overall I think the design brings a lot to the atmosphere of the film. I'm honestly a little turned off when the castle becomes all bright at the end. Let me know if any of you agree or if I'm alone in that. This is not what comes to mind when people think of Disney castles, but it technically is one, and I think it's awesome. I just love how grand and evil it is. A truly frightening place for Terran to have to go. It suits the Horned King perfectly and provides an excellent setting for key epic moments in the plot of the Black Cauldron. Agrava's pride and joy. I could stare at this thing forever. The large-scale Taj Mahal-esque design may not be terribly practical, but it is endlessly visually appealing, which I think is sort of the main point here. I'm so glad the animators didn't hold back in the design. I do find myself endeared to Aladdin as he dreams of living in a place like this. Arendelle's castle is cute, but it doesn't hold a flame to what Elsa creates when she breaks free and discovers what her powers can really do. I'll never tire of watching her will this place into reality. Ice is just so beautiful. It's so pure, and the way it reflects and refracts light and color is mesmerizing. Any time spent here in Frozen's runtime is a definite highlight. I don't feel terribly unique for having this in my one slot because it's one of the most iconic Disney castles, if not the most iconic. Cinderella Castle is in multiple Disney parks and it's in the company's main logo as well, but the castle in the movie is on another level to me. I've mentioned this before on my channel, but this is my favorite shot of any Disney movie. The design and color scheme of this structure is so endlessly delicious and appealing to me, and that's largely thanks to Mary Blair. It's so grand, elegant, and classic. I just think in terms of a dreamlike magical fairy tale castle, this is as good as it gets. A Disney icon forever, that's for sure. And that's the list. Thank you so much for joining me on this ranking of my top 10 Disney castles. It's always fun to sift through all the movies and pick out my favorites, and I'd love to hear what yours are as well. If you liked this video, consider hitting like and subscribe, and head over to the Trove to check out more rankings like this, as well as video essays, trivia videos, reviews, and more. I know I haven't been posting as much recently, but I did want to get something up on the channel, so I hope you guys liked it. Just know that I do plan to keep making videos, they just might be a little more few and far between, but I continue to appreciate any of you who watch. Thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.